Well, no, I don't honestly want to learn more. I want that thing to go away. I want to go back to my live stream. I want it like right there. I want that to go away. How do you go away? All right. Well, it looked way better in the last video. Keep my eyes wide open. Let's put a smile on my face. Don't look so pie-eyed. Let's see if anybody shows up. Just looking for something different. I have seen myself in the mirror lately. I mean, that's not what I look like to everyone else, but I'm looking pretty fucking good. Despite all, what's going on in my life. So yeah, I don't care who shows up. I mean, I'm just like putting out another live stream because that Luke Skywalker one did nothing. Well, that's not true. I mean, 5 people did pop in. It just never told me that anybody was there. So I didn't know how to talk to them. I was talking to an old friend. I have to know people are here in order to, well, I can just talk about the topic and wait for y'all to get here. That's what I was trying to do over there, and then Thomas popped in talking about 5e, and I'm a damn good-looking dude. I'm a little overweight, but I have beautiful eyes. Yes, I have a big nose, and some of my teeth are rotting out. I'm getting old. And I don't know if you can tell. My hair isn't, I'm not bald. I got a lot of hair on my head, especially on top and in the back. Anyone out there attracted to a handsome guy? Because that's the premise of this video. I actually just, because I was tired of holding my camera, so I moved it over here. And I was like, well, I got good lighting, relatively good lighting, and I liked the way I looked. So yeah. Anyone want to join? It's fine. It's fine. Probably should shave since it looks so terrible on screen. I don't really have a full beard. I just got a lot of scruff. Now, a lot of guys can pull that off, but I don't know. It grows in so patchy. Maybe I should go shave. Try this stream again. Does it matter? Does anyone even? Well, I know people care. I know there's people out there that care. I want these other 2 things to download now. And there was something else I wanted to download. I don't know what it was. It said download first. I was like, what else? It didn't tell me. I'm talking about my Nintendo Switch. Any other Switch players out there? Oh shit, now there's a vidya. There's a vidya. Yeah. Talking about the Nintendo Switch. And how oh hey everybody. Just this handsome guy hanging out. You got any? Oh, you already left. Well, anyone, anything you want to talk about other than the fact that how handsome I am? And you're gone already. Well, I was just talking about my Nintendo Switch and how much I like it. How much I didn't think I would, but I had a PlayStation 4, and Why would anybody want a PS or want a Switch if you have a PlayStation 4? Maybe he didn't think I was handsome. And it's Thomas Gregor. He's back. However you say it. Thomas, you're here for this stream. All I play on it is PS3 games. Like Dark Souls. But it's the remastered version, so, I mean, it is a PS4 title. It runs really fine on the switcheroo. Thomas. I always like the fact that you spelled your name with an H. You don't see that all the time. I thought that was cool. There's no way I can call the stream Cute Guy Talks Live. Because I'm not cute at all. I got nice eyes and I got a big nose, and girls used to like that shit. I don't know. I just like the way I looked on the stream. Once I moved over here where I had the good lighting. Not great lighting, of course. Not a ring light, just the light that's in the room. Anyways, where was I going with the topic? Oh, the switcheroo. Yeah. I just got an update on Super Nintendo and the original Nintendo. Like, you can see that right there. I'm downloading Darkest Dungeon again because I absolutely love it. Just haven't played it in a long time. Not since I made that video about how much I love that game. I got none traction on that video, and so I haven't played it in a long time. I needed space for something else. I was like, well, I haven't played that in a long time. But I don't know if you have a Switch and if you've seen Nintendo and Super Nintendo. If you're online, I have this feeling that you can play like The Legend of Zelda. Just play it. If you download it. Download this, this app. So Darkest Dungeon, I can't wait till you're done. So that I can get to those classic Nintendo games. Because I haven't played a single Nintendo game. Well, no, there's... What is that one? Oh, yeah, the Chronicles of Mana. But Diablo... That one right there, Octopath Traveler. Anyone ever played an Octopath Traveler? It's really good. I just don't know what to do with it anymore. I beat everyone's final mission. So I'm at a cross, whatever you call it. That's Final Fantasy IX right there. One of the best Final Fantasies ever made. Let's see if we can get that to show up. There we go. It'll be backwards on your screen, I'm sure, because I'm an idiot about this stuff. Here's a Nintendo game. Dead Cells. Oh, it's way over there. I've got classic RPGs over here. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. I don't know if anybody knows they're on the Switch, but they are. As well as... Let's go find it. Because I just bought it. Not today, but a couple weeks ago. All software. Check this one out. Well, Yes, I guess I'm me. Check that out. No, well, Beam Dog. If you didn't know this stuff was available on the Switch, it is. And I'll tell you, the direct control of your character makes the game so much different. It's a little harder to navigate, like how to grab everyone. What's it asking me? Press any button. Okay, so there's Icewind Dale. That's a fantastic game. And over here, I guess buttons aren't necessary. That's Planescape Torment. That won all the Game of the Year awards back in the day. Because it has like this branching storyline that I haven't even made it any way through. I have it on my PC, I have it on my phone, and now I have it on this thing. And I haven't really gotten anywhere in it. It's just so different. It's a second edition Dungeons and Dragons game, but it takes place in the Planescape world, and you play as a dude that just comes up from, he's dead. You just wake up and you find this skull that wants to talk to you. And, yeah. Planescape Torment. I haven't made it anywhere in that game. I don't know if I suck at it or I just don't know where to go. The branching storylines, this predates everything else when it comes to that kind of stuff. And I think that's kind of important to know. We'll go back home, though. Ah, Nintendo. Oh boy. It's almost done. I'm getting excited. Look at this stuff. All you see is Diablo. Well. And there's Torment, like I just talked about. Okay, so. The original Nintendo games are available to play on the Switch, if you're online. I can play Super Mario Brothers. I can play The Legend of Zelda. I hope I can play Kid Icarus, even though I might suck at it because it's a very Twitch-based game, and I've gotten very old, and my reflexes are not what they used to be. But if I can play Kid Icarus on the Switcheroo, I'd be fucking stoked. Excuse my language. This wasn't supposed to be a Switch video. It's about a handsome dude video showing off his Nintendo Switch. Sorry. Sorry, ladies. Here's my Nintendo Switch. Anyways, we're almost done with that Nintendo system download. I hadn't turned on the Switch in a week. So this might have been sitting there for a week. I've been a fucking piece of shit that I'm very disappointed in. I'm very unhappy with who I've been lately. It's just the depression of this season. I don't know what it is. Like, there's everything in my life was looking good. Like, hey, everything's gonna get better. And I'm like, I just got super depressed. And I'd sit in a hotel room and just get smashed and not give a fuck about anything. Like, I haven't updated anything to my Nintendo channel, or hey look, something just is downloaded. Anyways, yeah, I hadn't turned on the Switch in a week. I haven't updated anything on my YouTube channel, which I'm doing right now. I'm trying to get some new viewers, or get the attention of some old viewers, because I haven't uploaded anything in a while. Not since Luke Skywalker debuted on The Mandalorian. That's been, was it only 5 days ago? Feels like a long time. But I haven't updated my YouTube channel in a while, so I've been feeling bad about that. I haven't played any video games or watched YouTube or just completely quit caring about anything. I've been like in such a terrible mood, and then, like I call my boss and tell him he's a piece of shit for not punishing Josh, who walks off the job on one of our busiest nights, and he didn't even work that whole day. It was 3 people working the whole store, and he walked off the fucking job. I'm still disappointed about that. I'm still upset about it, and I can't do anything about it. I mean, I called the boss and said, "Hey, dude, I'm protesting today because you didn't punish that piece of shit." And he's like, "Well, it's not your business. I'm the boss, and you're not." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. It just feels awful to work at the same place where I see everyone else get punished. Everyone else get punished, but not him for some reason. And it has something to do with the fact that you're off for those 2 days, and he's off for those 2 days. He can just disappear on a Sunday. He can just do whatever the fuck he wants. And he's done it so many times, and he never gets punished." So, yeah, I called the boss and said, "Hey, I'm calling off today because I'm in a terrible mood, and you're partly to blame. This is how you make people that hate you." So he sentenced me to be suspended until further notice. The kid that fucking walks off the job gets nothing. The guy that calls it out and calls out his fucking boss is punished. Yeah, that's justice in this fucking world. And yeah, I've had a problem with it. And I've had a problem with my depression. And no, I don't take any fucking medication. I don't know how to do that. I don't even know what you take to make this feeling go away. I don't know what you would do to make yourself feel better. I mean, I drink alcohol. That usually does the trick. And it has, like my entire life. But this last couple months have just been awful. And it could just be the holidays. It could just be this negative. Like, I've been homeless for 4 years. It can't just now be starting to get to me. I mean, honestly, it can't. Not right now. I've had a job for a whole year. And then I get in trouble at that job recently. And I'll tell you, it's my depression and the way I feel about everything. Everything fucking sucks and nothing matters. This is how I feel. And it's fucking awful. I hope somebody watches this video later, because, no one's here now, but I don't know how to say it. I need a hug or something. It fucking sucks, man. I've been at work, I got in trouble with my boss a few weeks ago. Well, a few months ago. Because he used to show up buzzed every day. Everyone else does. Everyone else is on drugs there. But if I say one thing to my boss, he's like, why are you drunk? I'm like, I'm not drunk. I just copped a buzz. Everyone else in the store is fucking high or whatever. Everyone's on something. And, but yeah, I speak my mind every fucking day of the week. But he only ever listens to me when I've copped a buzz. Sorry, you weren't entertained by the content. All you had to do was drop a message or something, and then I know what you wanted to talk about. Anyhow, I'm talking about my fucked up life right now. And then, after this whole thing, with my boss, I went on a total fucking bender. And I got arrested by the police, and I had to go to jail, and yeah, so my fucked up life is continually fucked up. And it's only getting worse. I don't even know what I'm going to say to my boss tomorrow. I'm sorry. I still feel the same way, but I'm sorry for saying those things to you. I don't know if you're going to take this in the right way, because I honestly can't care how you feel, because this is the way I feel. And I was there, and you weren't, and you're never there. You're never there when he pulls his shit. And I'm suspended. I'm the one in trouble for that motherfucker walking off the job. That's the problem that I have. No fucking justice in this world. There's none fucking justice on earth. It just doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. So I go on a massive bender, like an asshole that I am, and I get arrested by the police for being a fucking drunken piece of shit, which I was, and I'm not afraid to admit it. But I've been so fucking depressed, and I don't care. Like, it's whatever. It's just whatever. You know, nothing fucking matters. Nothing's real anyways. Nothing fucking matters. So I just walk back from Camp Verde to, well, I didn't have to walk all the way. Thankfully, a nice guy picked me up right after I got out of jail. Then he dropped me off at the gas station. And I was like, well, shit, it's getting cold out here. I gotta get moving. So I got moving, and then he picked me up like 2 hours later and gave me a ride home. Where I don't have a home, but that's where my job is, where all my stuff is. You know, I was arrested in my jeans and underwear, and that's it. It was like an episode of Cops, honestly, and it sucked. But it is what it is. I mean, this is 2020. This is fucking worst year of my life. And I've had a job the entire time. And my job doesn't suck. My job doesn't suck. The people I work with, they do. And they get away with it whenever they want. And they're always high, and they're always stoned, and they're always on their fucking, whatever you call it, those, I don't know, those things. What do you call them? They're always smoking something in the store. Like, I'm the bad guy for calling it out. And it was only Josh. It's the only thing I was upset about. That everyone's high. That everyone's high at work. I never call it out. I don't care. But somebody says, well, Kip was drunk last night at work. They call me out. But not the other people that are all smoking weed on the fucking job. They never get in trouble. And they never will. And you know what? I'm going to tell Raj, maybe you need to drug test everybody. Maybe we need to get to that place at this place in order for any one of us to continue. Now, we know all the kids are cool, but they all smoke pot. And they all smoke pot while they're at work. So, yeah, it's unfair to me. Can't have a beer before work. But all these people can smoke pot throughout the shift. Yep. It's not even legal here in Arizona. And when it is, it's only going to be illegal for 21-year-olds and older. And it's never going to be discouraged at work. You know why? I'm a vocal asshole. I will tell my boss exactly how I fucking feel. Maybe I'm wrong. Someone has to do it. Someone has to do it because otherwise nothing will change. Nothing's going to change there. If you don't say, hey, this is wrong. There's something messed up here. But nothing's ever going to change there because Raj won't listen to me. I don't feel comfortable approaching him unless I've had a beer or two because he's a totalitarian. He'll walk around the store and ask everyone if they love him. This is a strange fucking behavior. If ever I've heard of one. But, you know, we're all used to it. I can't honestly say, is he not getting any love at home? Because I don't know. I can't just say, like, well, he must not be getting any at home. I don't mean like sex, but love. He's got 3 children. He's complained to me about one of them. You know, the little girl that wants to grow up too fast. You know, that's shit. That sucks. I wouldn't want to be in his position. And, you know, he works at KFC. And it's a good job. Especially if you're on payroll. Whatever, like him. He probably gets benefits and everything. And it's no wonder he owns a home. Has a bunch of kids. but he's worked there his whole life. So he should deserve all that stuff. I've been there a year, but I had to see all the bullshit. So yeah, if you want to watch a video about a guy complaining about his job, well, here it is. I like the job. I love working. I love my job. My community here is huge, and I get to serve everyone in it, like, every day, and make them happy. I get them to smile all the time. That's the part of the job I like. The part of my job I don't like is all that stupid shit, all the drug abuse, and the people, like, walking off the job and not being punished for it. And you call out the stupid shit, and you get punished for it because you get a little, I don't know, very upset about it. Yeah. And again, then, there's the fact that I'm fucking lonely as all hell. I have no one to talk to. You know, except my coworkers, but they only just hear the story and they don't talk about it. Well, yeah, we were busy as all fuck. And that kid just walked off the job. And according to Corey, he didn't even work the whole shift before he clocked out. It just makes it worse. And then he isn't punished at all. Well, if he does it again, he's fired. Oh, yeah. Well, he won't do it again until the next night Raj is off. Well, it's heartbreaking to me that this shit doesn't happen. And it just shows me there's no justice in this world. There's no... The good guy is always getting pushed down. I'm not a perfect human, but I see injustice and I want it fucking punished. And I get punished for it. Now, my arrest had everything to do with my bender. I didn't, like, stop drinking at all for, like, days and days and days and days. So yeah, that's all on me. That's all on me. The shit that happens at work, management has to take care of that, and they fail. They fail us every fucking time. It's like I said, I love working there. I like most of the people I work with, and I can't say I don't like anyone. I don't hate anyone. I'm just, like, not happy with them right now. I mean, Josh is a cool kid. He likes video games. He likes fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is, really. Never watched an episode of the show, but... You know, he's not a bad person. I'm just not happy with him. But, you know, everyone else I work with, I really like. I don't know him very well, you know. They haven't invited me over to their homes for dinner. Well, Terry did. I went over there for Thanksgiving. That was really nice. That's it. In a year of working there, being homeless the whole time, one person has invited me over to their house for dinner. Because, like I said, I don't know these people very well, and most of them are children that live with their parents. The guy that got corona has asked me out a few times, like, not like on a date or anything. Just go out with me. Go out and meet girls and drink and stuff. I'm like, well, yeah, it's cool for you. You got a place to take that girl. I don't have any place to take that girl. It's not fun for me. The concept, it doesn't appeal to me. Now, if I can only live another 2 weeks, and I know I get paid next Wednesday, so that money again, it's going to be a long fucking week, though. Well, I'll be able to be in a hotel room again. I'll be off the streets again. If I'd worked all these last 2 weeks, instead of, you know, being passionate about the place I work. That's the problem. That's a real problem. I got passionate about it, and fucking my boss is such a... I don't know, man. You can't take any criticism at all, ever. You ever say anything about anything he's doing, you get in trouble. I don't know. Well, and the good thing is I don't ever work with him. I used to love working with him. Because he always helps you. Like, anything you're going through, like at work, like, if you don't know how to pack a box correctly, he'll come over there and he's nice about showing you the right way. He's a good coach like that. He's a good coach whenever you're having customer service problems. You know, you call him over to the window because somebody's upset about something. He shows you how to deal with it. He's very good. He's very good at that stuff. But taking criticism of his own behavior, fuck no. Fuck no. That guy is not good about that. So you can never tell Josh he's a piece of shit. Nope. Or not Josh. Well, you can tell Josh he's a piece of shit. He doesn't have to listen to you. But you tell Raj, you made a big mistake here and you pissed me off, and I'm sure a lot of other people here. I don't care about your criticism of my behavior. Well, then you're fucking wrong. Yeah. Yeah, it pisses me off. Yeah, it makes me fucking angry. It's a small place. There's only like 12 employees. 4 of us were there that night when Josh walked off, so I think Josh owes me an apology. But I know Raj owes me an apology. But I'll never get it. Because he's never wrong. He's a perfect human. Can't admit when he's wrong. So yeah. That's how I feel about that. Sorry. Got away from nerd shit. Got into personal shit. And, well, it's all good. Turn this thing back on. See how it's doing. Alright. Super Nintendo and the regular Nintendo have downloaded. All I have is my phone, people. I try to, since I'm homeless, I try not to have too much shit. So, I switch a room. Because I love gaming. I love creating content for YouTube, and I'm sorry that this video was so negative, but I have to explain something to people. I'm not perfect. Nowhere near it. I have problems. One of them is depression. I didn't know it. I'm usually I put on a happy face when I'm at work. Afterwards, I'm whatever. Till I get a couple drinks in me, either brighten up or get more depressed. That's how it goes, and yep, I got very little left to drink, so here's my depression. Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what it sounds like. I want to be happy. I do. I'm lonely as fuck. I see one friend every 2 weeks. I get a call from another friend once a week. You know, that should be enough, right? It's not. I need a hug. I need everyone to tell me everything's going to be okay. don't feel like anything's gonna be okay. I think everything's gonna fucking suck forever. As it has sucked forever. Sorry, everybody. I'm just depressed. I'm happy about one thing, but that one thing ain't gonna last. What time is it? Only 8:42. Well, I guess I have time to go down and get another beer. I guess tonight doesn't have to totally suck since I've absolutely bared my heart here on YouTube and no one's here. So it's all good. Everything's cool. I hope people watch this afterwards. I hope I can change like the topics and everything afterwards and let you know that Rock Crin doesn't post that much because you know what? He ain't feeling anything anymore. I used to be passionate about this stuff. I can't care anymore. Nothing fucking matters. That's how I feel now. It's just awful. Like I showed my buddy Steve, I've taken my knife to my wrist recently, and not deep enough, but there's still marks there. And he took my knife from me, and then he posted on Facebook in the morning that my ass matters. I'm like, well, thanks, dude. Not like we're fooling around like that. Nothing like that. Just that's how he put it. Your ass matters. I wasn't feeling it. I still don't feel it. I laugh when I'm sad. I try to be good and I fail. I go off. One of my most watched videos on my channel is me going off. Not liked at all, just watched. Nobody wants to really like the guy that's just going off about nothing. But I am passionate about things. I'm losing that passion for everything. Camel Moon, Hail Salad, the Animary. Yeah, that debuts in half an hour. Camel Moon, I don't know if anybody knows him. He watches Comicsgate videos and then makes animation of all the characters that are on there. They don't look like them, mind you. This wouldn't matter to anybody who's listening, but they all look different. Cecil is, I don't even know what Cecil is. John is the voice in the computer. Narwhal is this tiny little narwhal. Who else is on that show? I know it's Cecil. And I don't know. It's not coming to me. But the new episode's coming up, so if you, I don't know, I wouldn't say if you like the content on this channel, you'd like it. It's a cartoon with the voices of Ethan Van Sciver, Narwhal, John Malin, Cecil, Anna. If you know any of these people, if you know any of the stuff they get up to on the Jack Show, or over on Comic Artist Pro Secrets, or on Fragaboom, they're all fair targets for Camel Moon to animate, and you hear their voices, and he tries to make a story out of it. It's fun. It's fun. It'll be the most fun I have today. Nah, that's not true. It's not true at all. I've had fun talking. It's not easy to talk about what the fuck's going wrong with you, and haven't really had fun about that, and don't have fun talking about how much I dislike my boss right now. It's, because he can't take any any criticism at all. He'll take all the hype, and try to hype him up every time I see him. I rarely work with him because I don't write the schedule. Hope that didn't sound in the video. Anyways, yeah. The appearance of Luke Skywalker on last Friday's episode of The Mandalorian was amazing to me. I know it got a lot of people right in the feels. It's the older people that have been following Star Wars since we were 4 or 5 years old. I have my feelings about everything. Empire Strikes Back being the greatest movie ever made. I still feel the same. I've seen Citizen Kane. That's just a hit piece. The whole movie is a hit piece about some newspaper publisher that the writer didn't like. It's a cool flick, very well directed, great acting, everything. But it doesn't have a storyline that I'm invested in. It has none of that. And they call that the perfect movie. So I'm like, well, maybe when you were living in the 50s or whenever that came out. William Randall Hearst is the guy that the hit piece is about. And there's a mystery about it too. But the mystery doesn't matter because there's nothing there. Rosebud never comes to anything. Just want you to know that. If I'm spoiling Citizen Kane for you, I'm sorry. The movie's been out for 50, 60 years. I only watched it because I have HBO Max. Here's something really cool that I watched last night. I've never been a fan of the band, but I saw that they were making a documentary about them, and I know like most of the members are dead, so I'm just like, oh, that sucks. It's the Bee Gees. And I had no idea about their 60s content. All I knew about was the late 70s stuff, the disco sounding stuff, and I never liked them. But then, I've heard covers of some of their songs by more modern artists, and I'm like, well, that's a brilliant fucking tune. Who wrote that? It was the Bee Gees. So I had this interest in watching this documentary, and I wasn't wrong. The documentary is amazing. It's a shame Morris and Robin and Andy are all dead. But their comments on how their lives were was pretty amazing. And, their songwriting and their vocal performances, like the 3-part thing they're doing, the harmonies they're doing, that shit was fucking rad. I can't say anything bad about it. I honestly can't, because, really, they're a talented group. And as they added different guys to play with them, they turned into a real, rock band for a little while. It wasn't until they moved to Miami that they became, the real pop group. But even those pop songs are amazing. And then, Dance Fever and all that stuff. Well, they could sell out every arena in America. But there's going to be somebody that doesn't like it. And there was a lot of people that didn't like it. Because it was on the radio all the time. And you couldn't escape it. If you wanted music back in the day, it was on the radio, or you had to buy the LP. That was it. Those were your two choices. You had to have a real record player so you could play the LPs that you wanted to hear, or you listened to the radio. And if the radio only played the Bee Gees, it might drive you up the fucking wall. And, what's his name? He used to be an ESPN analyst, something Steiner. He's in the movie. He's in the documentary because he used to work at a radio station. He did the news in the morning. They have to take those musical breaks. Just to, break up the news, all the bad news, especially in the late 70s. And it was all the Bee Gees. Like every song he had to play was a Bee Gees song. That's radio in the 70s. I don't know if that's payola or just whatever the people want. People wanted the Bee Gees, that's what they got. And they didn't go into how punk destroyed uh, disco. They didn't go into that at all. So I was a little disappointed about that because it was DIY, do-it-yourself music, not well produced. Just, just what you fucking felt. Like really, the birth of emo, if you want to know it for sure. Because I mean, those guys are just like, fuck this shit. I want to play this hard stuff, and I want to like smash bottles and cut my skin and anything that didn't sound like disco. And in the mid 80s, we had the alternative rock scene start with bands like REM and The Cure and stuff. It was still kind of underground until, they broke in America, I guess. Might have been very popular in wherever they're from, but it took a while for them to get over here. And they didn't sound anything like the Bee Gees. Those bands don't sound anything like the Bee Gees. But I don't think any band can ever sound like the Bee Gees. It's a 3-part harmony. It's fucking amazing. And when Barry learned to take it up an octave and still stay in key, they exploded. It was a brand new sound. Brand new sound. No one had ever heard it. Now, no white person had ever heard it. Black guys have been singing in falsetto. That's what inspired it. But, it just changed the musical landscape when Barry started singing like that, and not Andy, but, what are their names? Robin and Maurice. Shit. Hope you didn't hear that. Robin and Maurice just were like, wow, that's cool. And they could still all harmonize because they are all in key, if you know what I mean. So, I mean, the Bee Gees are an amazing historical thing. They're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It was just cool to see the beginnings. And, their end, they're like that. I wouldn't say it's a tragic end, but there was such a backlash against them when they were at their highest peak because of the hatred of disco music. And they were flying around in their private jet, and they'd land and they'd have to have security everywhere. People were leaving bomb threats and, threatening their lives. And they had to take a break. They had to you know what? This isn't worth it. We're playing in front of 75,000 people that love us. But there's that 500 people in this town that hate us. And we have to take that shit seriously. So they broke up for a little while. And they didn't come back until 7 years later. I had to give it up. But what they did is they worked as songwriters for other people. Because they were brilliant songwriters. Even if you don't like their music, you got to admit that the harmonies, the melodies, all that stuff, that's legit. It's totally legit. And so they started writing for other artists, and they did that for 5 to 10 years. And then once the backlash was completely over, they put out another album, and it was very popular. And, that was when I was 16 years old, and I was like, fuck these guys. I don't know. I was 7 when they hit their big time. 7 or 8. I remember that movie that they made came out like the same year as Star Wars. I don't know what was the bigger hit, Saturday Night Fever or Star Wars. People still talk about Saturday Night Fever, and they didn't talk about that movie they made. Oh, that's another thing they didn't talk about in that. The Bee Gees made a movie that was all the Beatles music. What was that one called? I really liked the movie because I love the music. And the other guy in that, Peter Frampton. It's the Bee Gees, the three guys, and Peter Frampton doing Beatles music with co-stars like Steve Martin, Alice Cooper. What's the name of that movie? Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. The Beatles aren't in it. Aerosmith is in it. The Bee Gees are the stars with Peter Frampton. I don't know, I love that movie. I loved it ever since I was a child. I mean, it's weird. It's very strange. But the music is the Beatles as portrayed by many other people. And, yeah. That's something good to check out if you're interested in the Beatles being portrayed by the Bee Gees. I honestly don't know if anybody would like that. But as a child, when it came out, I loved the music. It took me years to find out it was the Beatles. And the story and all those songs and the portrayals, it was like a long-form music video with Alice Cooper, Aerosmith, Steve Martin, the Bee Gees. I'm trying to think who else is in that. Billy, not Crystal, but Billy something. Anyhow, yeah. The Bee Gees were a cultural explosion. Everyone loved them. Except me, because I didn't know anything about music, but I heard the songs on the radio, and I was like, well, whatever. My sister liked it. My brother didn't. You know. I'm like right after them, and they're like 4 years apart from me, so my brother's 8 years older, my sister's 4 years older. I was 5 in 1977. The music didn't really matter to me. But my sister was into it. My brother was not. You know. Anyhow, I hope this live stream gets some views. Hope you all sleep well. I hope everything's working out in your lives. I think I might just leave it running. Hold on. Well, anyways, that Bee Gees movie is only on HBO Max, and it's called How to Mend a Broken Heart, which is a fantastic song. Should be heard by everybody, and if you haven't heard it yet, check it out. I'm sure you'll have Spotify or whatever. Their early work, I just didn't know. I had no idea how good those songs were. You know, when they were a rock band with 3-part harmonies, like the Beach Boys or the Beatles. Well, I think the Beatles did mostly 2-part harmonies with Paul and George. That's all right. I know his name. You know who I mean. John and Paul. 2-part harmonies. But the Bee Gees are a 3-part harmony. And those kids have been singing together since they were children. And they grew up and the late 60s they formed a rock band. With 3-part harmonies. Which I would never have guessed in my wildest dreams. And anyone who really knows me, what a music snob I am, I want to hear those albums. I want to hear what they were doing back then, you know? Because, I don't know, I've always said the Beach Boys suck. Well, I don't know if they suck. think they were overplayed when I was a kid, and I think the Bee Gees were overplayed when I was a kid, and I think the Beatles were overplayed when I was a kid. It's that other stuff, you know, stuff you don't hear every day. That's the stuff I got into. The stuff's not on the radio all day. And as I gotten older, all that stuff's on the radio all the time. Go figure. Just getting notifications on my phone. Don't mean to ignore you, or. But yeah, the Bee Gees, the Beatles, the Beach Boys. Try to think who was overexposed when I was a kid. I think it's those three. So I've never bought an album by any of them. You can just turn on the radio and hear them. And I turned on the radio and heard them for years. So yeah, there's that. There's some strange reason I enjoy doing these. Even if nobody shows up, I get some views afterwards. I've never done one like this though, with the phone sideways, with me just sitting here watching the chat. That doesn't happen. It will at some point. Someday this channel's going to take off. I got all those subs, but no one seems to notice. I think half of them are from Croatia. They like my freaking Last of Us 2 video. Some of them subbed. I don't know. This might be too early or too late for them. But, yeah. It's been fun hanging out. I think I'm going to go. I might be back. Subscribe if you haven't. Like this video. Subscribe. Share it if you thought any of this info was fun or not fun. If you want your friends to know what depression looks like, it's right here. But I have enjoyed things recently. I mean, I'm very happy with my Nintendo Switch, and I'm happy to be back on YouTube talking about whatever, because that's what it's here for. So yeah, share it with anybody. Share it with everybody you think is depressed and see how they feel. I don't think anything fucking matters anymore. I'm just like so done. It has to get better, but anyways, yep. I'll talk to you later. Yes, I want to stop streaming.